Okay, so this video, really quick. I've been reading a lot about how some people have been having problems with the Samsung Freeform or the R350 from Metro PCS. Also, it's the same phone as the one from Altel and another company, I believe French or some other foreign country. I can't really remember, but it's the same phone regardless. Pretty much the issue is, so I've read anyway, and I actually made my phone do this intentionally, and I think I regret it now, is that when you turn on the phone first, it goes to the whole Samsung loading screen, and it shows the Metro PCS, and then it'll freeze right on Metro PCS, and it won't respond to anything, including trying to turn it off. You see I'm holding down the power button, which is also the hang up button when you're making a call. Nothing. And the only way to get it to actually turn off is to see if I can do this up and then pop out the battery. Now, that's the only thing I know of that will actually get it to turn back off. Now, what causes this is pretty much cheap accessories like cheap car phone chargers, you know, cigarette phone car chargers, whatever. Cheap ones from a gas station that have nothing on it but the positive and negative leads on the micro USB that plugs into the phone. Mine, I did this intentionally, but I had an old charger hanging around, and apparently this is the only way you can get the phone to do it. As you can see, it's a car charger that I cut and hooked up to a USB cable and have plugged into a USB wall charger. So, pretty much what it is that once you've plugged it into that, and for some reason, this is what it is Metro PCS or Samsung, one or the other, actually has built into this, written in the code somewhere, that it has to use a actual Samsung or Metro PCS, whichever one, accessories only for the USB charging or wall charging. What happens is with a USB cable, there's two extra lines coming out of it besides positive and ground for power. There's one for data in and data out. What's not known is that the actual wall charger for this phone actually has data in on it, which actually built into the home charger, which I lost because I don't use this phone anymore. But it actually has on there it actually checks and it says, yeah, it's Samsung, so it knows, okay, this is my product and I'm not going to block it. It's mostly there to ensure that you don't try to hack the phone for your own, I guess, homebrew or whatever. But one way around this that works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't is place the battery in the phone. See if I can get the camera to stand without falling over. Which obviously I can't. Okay. Stand without falling. Not falling, please. Alright, whatever. Pretty much, the only way to get around this, that I found anyway, is if you have a data transfer cable for this phone, that will probably work better, but I don't. It's pretty much to take this, plug it into the phone, and before it's done doing that, pop out the battery, and before it's finished, quickly, if I can do it, pop it back in. And notice it says charging now. Press the power on button one time, and hopefully, there we go. It's back to the screen. Notice it says menu, and just to prove to you that I don't have another phone here, I have no other phone. This is not a trick. I'm not, attempting to lie or anything. Just to show you. Pretty much, you take the battery out, and what happens is when you take the battery out, it notices, okay, it's running on USB power, and it assumes, before you put the battery back in, it assumes that it's connected to a PC. So it goes, if you notice in the corner, it says phone off. When you plug in this phone to a desktop computer or a laptop, it automatically turns off the phone and for calls in and out, so you can transfer, your messages or your phone calls, your phone list, whatever. So this automatically turns off all phone service. 1 second. Get it back out of that menu. In doing so, you've now gotten the phone to go into airplane mode, I believe it is, or data transfer mode, one or the other. Doesn't really matter. It says phone off in the corner. That's all you need to know. And what you do is you unplug it, set the charger or cable or whatever you have aside. Pretty much reassemble the phone. And this might be hard for some people, but if you remember to always charge your phone, it won't be that much of an issue. Pretty much, the phone will stay in this mode until you go to menu, settings, I think it's called, no, sorry, phone settings, airplane mode, off. Here we go. You'll see now in the corner in a second. Okay, I got 2 bars, but anyway. Point is, it's got service again. Or, well, it would if I actually had service still on this phone. But, you get the point. Pretty much as long as you can remember to always keep the phone charged and not, let the battery die in a day, which I honestly find difficult to do, unless you're surfing the web for, 4 hours straight, or taking calls and surfing the web at the same time for, 3 hours straight or 4 hours or whatever. The battery would die very quickly. But, it's not an issue. As you can see, all the menus work. Unfortunately, as a downside, it takes away whatever, background. What is that? It takes away whatever original background you had on the phone and takes it back to default. This is not a default reset. It just, for some reason, does that. Unfortunately, if your phone does die, you have to repeat this process again. Do not turn your phone off, or you'll have to do this again. Best thing for you to do if you are at work or school or whatever is, of course, to go into the phone settings, focus, airplane mode, and turn it on, which I'm not going to do. But that's what you would do, and of course you just lock the keys and put it in your pocket and act as if it's not there, if that's the case, for you anyway. You see what I'm saying? So as long as you can remember to keep your phone charged and not kill the battery, this won't be an issue. You can always plug it back in to your wall charger, your car phone charger, whatever. But pretty much this is just a really long way of saying don't buy cheap accessories for your phone. A lot of people I know are probably going to say, well, I bought one and it didn't happen. Okay, the reason for that being there are several different versions of this phone. There's the R351, the R352, and the R350MG, which is this one. I really don't know the difference of any of them, besides the fact that on certain ones, I believe the R351 and 352, that the phone does not have the issue of, cheap accessories, but if you happen to get the MG, like I do, the R350MG like I have, it will happen. I have not been able to actually test this, aside from the fact that my friend has the 351 and he plugged in his phone to the charger and nothing happened. His is fine. It charged. This didn't happen. It didn't lock out the phone. But for some reason it did on this one. So the only reason I can say that is because it's a different version of the phone. But as you can see, that's the only way to really unlock it, of course. This doesn't always work because I'll just demonstrate to you what I mean by turning the phone off. And say, I don't know, let's just say you turn it off where the battery dies, for example. Alright? Wait for the phone to actually turn all the way off, keys are off, everything's dead on the phone. Just to show you the back cover is still on the phone, that this is not a gimmick or a trick. My stack of 2 drinks. Yeah. They really suck. Anyway, but don't fall. Metro PCS will come up again. Holy hell! Okay, for once it actually didn't freeze again. That's weird because usually it does it every time. But you know, pretty much there's that. I know for a fact it does do it when you say you drop the phone and the battery falls out. Like I said, you drop the phone. 1 second. I don't really care about this phone because I don't use it anymore. So I'm banging the hell out of it and I really give me shit. There we go. Your battery falls out. Oh no, you dropped the phone, battery falls out. Oh. Got back in. I'm only leaving the back cover off because it's a pain in the ass to get off with one hand. Turn the phone back on. Notice, once again, I do not have another phone. Yes, I have an empty apple pie box. Fuck off. See? It goes back to the Metro PCS thing. And it should... Okay, really weird. I have no excuse for this now. I guess now you can call this no more a bypass. You can now call this a fix. Perfect. Awesome. So I got to change the title of my video now. Whatever. I don't know if it has any bearing whatsoever because of the fact that I turned off the phone before I popped out the battery. We'll see. I don't really want to test this anymore because getting the damn back cover back on the fucking phone is a pain in the ass, but whatever. At least one-handed. If I was able to use both, no, to hell with it. Okay, there we go. Both hands. Line it up. I got it on the first try. Okay. Anyway, so that's pretty much my video. I've pretty much probably ran up to the point of maximum size for any video right now, so I'm probably going to have to cut this into pieces. But pretty much, take this as a very strong warning. Do not buy gas station car chargers. They do not work. They work for charging the phone until you unplug it, and then it fucking does that. Where the fucking Metro PCS thing comes up, and it'll lock out the phone the first time you turn it off or you drop it, or the battery dies. That'll lock. There's also other reasons for this happening, mostly downloading Java applications or homebrew games or whatever, and the phone does not recognize the Java application as being an application, and it will assume it is a virus or some other form of, the phone dead. Phone died. Oh, okay. I don't really know why that happened. This thing's got a full battery. Okay, whatever. That was weird. Held down the power button for what, 15 seconds at least, or 10 seconds at least. Nothing happened. Now it just kicked right back on. Whatever. Anyway, the reason I traded up this phone was because it's a good phone, but it doesn't do video. That was my only issue with it. Other than that, it was an awesome phone, but I needed something that does video for obvious reasons. Which I would still be with Metro if it wasn't for the fact that I got a better deal being with AT&T in the sense of coverage area where I live. This was just a cheap thing to get me by until I could actually work up the money for my job. But anyway, I digress. This video has run on too long. Thank you for watching. Comment and rate, I guess. Please, if you're going to leave a comment, leave a semi-positive comment. Obviously, this is, I don't know, I can't really tell you what time it is. Actually, yes, I can. It is 3:45 in the morning right now. So, you know, obviously I'm tired. I've been up since, 6 o'clock this morning, or yesterday morning, whatever. So, yeah, I'm tired. But anyway, and I did it again. Okay, whatever. Oh, shit. Pretty much don't buy cheap accessories. That's all I got. Comment, rate, subscribe, whatever. Peace.